good for you?
Yeah. He says it's benefits and he's like, you know, I just can't pass it up. So his wife's going to get a good job out there. Yeah. Good thing is she's a teacher.
They put them poor kids out on Heston on Wednesday to play state.
Oh, what a nightmare.
We drove by ours on the way to Wichita. There's water standing, mud in the fairways. They had to play.
I saw.
That looked awful. They had to be playing lift clean in place.
We played Wednesday. We played turkeys tonight. We played. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. That's the first time. Today was the first time we were able to drive for a ball.
The turkeys never rained very well,
No.
even in a moderate
We were
condition.
Yeah.
That's better than my old course.
We had the bad. We had the bad. Everything was. We ought to be playing this morning, so today we got to I'm not ready to play again. Well, he was playing bad. He got to get finished. Well, he was ready to quit turkey. He was ready to quit he kept trying to get yeah, he started out bad. I mean, he didn't score that bad. I mean, probably shot 76. That's not well, the problem was he wasn't he lost everything. So we got that, I said,
I have the tool for it. I go, you know, Richard really close to Richard wants to try this drive. It's like, well, one, I get it. I can switch it past it. But then on the back, but it's just a matter of I look a lot more. Well, I think once I use Let's go time. Busy. Get that cover on that. You don't need all right.
Not sure where she's been those years. This is terrible to see out of it.
Sometimes I hear that song. That one also went yeah.
She's not in bad. We let that one. What they have with something that
Stanley, we're going to start on time? All right.
I wouldn't bet.
Yeah,
I wouldn't bet on
yes.
I was thinking we were listening to the drive.
Some part one by walk off wild shit. Bottom of the set.
That's always I don't get to see it. But it's the pitching. It makes it so long.
You know, and that was a fantastic.
Was it playing like their full stars?
Not really. I mean,
guys are the only spot in the whole state that like they can't play.
Yeah,
They can come back.
Yeah, we started a half hour later, but we went on those rolling starts. They had a run rule, Elkhart run rule, the Humboldt in the first game.
I'll check it out.
And Marion won pretty handily their first game. No, it was a very well pitched championship game.
Yes.
I was surprised. That was in a 40-ounce tournament. Well, we were covering Kingston and Cheney softball and Cheney baseball, and they all got something.
Yeah, that was a weird day too. It's like everything except for the last game that they got done. And then that all got and then it was gonna be a long time.
And even with the turf, it was like minus fun out there.
My buddy that was talking about was the baseball coach, always the assistant. And so he had to sort of supervise things after all. And he was visiting him, and he was like, man, this guy's coming, this guy's to make the scene in baseball. I don't know, softball, to place but in the before they stayed baseball in Salina, they were just getting massive. Everybody was like, why are we not doing everybody else?
They said we're going to move it to Sunday, Monday. Yesterday, Saturday, and they just got dumped on again. Like, there's no way they're going to play a game.
So they were phased, and I mean, it worked out pretty good.
That must have been an extra game.
That's not a crazy story, man. God told me inspired
He said something about Wednesday going to do the lineup or something. You want to go ahead and fire up the stream?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FM Stadium for the night's home opener for the McPherson Pipeliners. Here are the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Salina Shock, leading off playing center field, Justin Bailey. Batting second, Peyton Neiman, second base. Batting third, Brian Chargo, right field. Batting cleanup, third baseman, Mike Karam. Batting fifth, the DH, Brian Lawrence. Batting sixth, catcher, August Ramirez. Batting seventh, Colton Mosick, shortstop.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the opening night of McPherson Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network. And tonight the Pipeliners on a picture-perfect evening open up at home against the Salina Shock. Scott Hogan with you on the YouTube stream as you're seeing that live and also throughout the season on the Ad Astra Sports Network. I'm thrilled to be with you to have Pipeliner Baseball tonight as we're getting the introduction of the starting lineups as the Pipeliners begin the 2019 campaign with a little non-league action against the Salina Shock, first official regular season game for the Pipeliners. They played an exhibition earlier this week just to get their feet underneath themselves, and they are ready to roll tonight against the Salina Shock as the Pipeliners are taking the field with the starting lineups. We're expecting a national anthem coming up, so we're going to start looking at the Salina Shock and their starting lineup as we want to wait if they're going to have the coaches meeting, and then we are going to have a national anthem before we get the starting lineup. So let's hold off on that again. If you're out and about, what a picture-perfect evening it is for baseball here in McPherson. And we haven't said that a lot throughout the month of May, just getting hammered with rain, but the team and the community's gotten the field in pretty good shape for this contest tonight as we get things rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen,
as we're going to have the color guard and the national anthem, so we'll stay with you, and then we'll be right back with your starting lineups as you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
And now to sing the national anthem, Army veteran Darren Ulrich.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well, welcome back for McPherson Pipeliner Baseball. Scott Hogan with you as the voice of the Pipeliners this summer. And let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for the Salina Shock. Again, this is a non-league contest to begin the season for McPherson. Leading off will be the center fielder Justin Bailey. Batting second is Peyton Neiman. He'll be at second base. The right fielder Ryan Chargo will bat third. Batting cleanup and playing third is Mike Karam. The DH Brian Lawrence will bat fifth. Batting sixth is August Ramirez, the catcher. Batting seventh is Colton Moore. He'll be the shortstop. Batting eighth is Alex Smith. He'll be at first base. And batting ninth for the Shock will be the left fielder, Josh Robinson.
We pray for their safety, for their protection. Father, we just pray that the game that they play tonight will return glory to you, and Father, everything that they do and say in the way they participate. We just pray that the game will be filled with good sportsmanship. And again, Lord, that you are trying. Thank you again, Father, for this opportunity, for all you're doing tonight. We pray this in your Son's precious name. Amen.
And now we will have the starting lineups for the McPherson Pipeliners. And we'll get to know the Pipeliners as we work through the lineup the first time. We got some little background information in the colleges and universities, all the players from really around the country that have come here to McPherson for this summer league. And leading off for McPherson will be the shortstop, Daniel Arroyo. Batting second will be the center fielder, Jared Ueda. The DH, Tyler Brown, will bat third. Batting cleanup and playing first base is Jake Selko. The catcher, Grant Plunkett, will bat fifth. Batting sixth is Gerardo Zavaleta. He'll be at third. Batting seventh, Ray Lozano. He's the right fielder. Second baseman, Trey Yukamoto, will bat eighth. And batting ninth for the Pipeliners will be the left fielder, Aaron Eshelman. Got to visit a little bit with Trey Yukamoto, as he's a long ways from home. He's one of three players on the roster from Hawaii Pacific University, and this is a returning player. And Yukamoto had a great season. We'll look at those numbers. We've got a few numbers for some of the Pipeliners as the Shock prepare to come to the plate. And on the mound tonight for McPherson will be Trevor Lunkwitz. Lunkwitz is from right here in McPherson, plays at Central Christian College. He's one of five players from either Central Christian or McPherson College on the Pipeliner roster this season. The big righty completing his warm-up tosses. And when McPherson goes to the plate, they will be facing Dylan Clark for the Salina Shock. And again, we want to look at the schedule as we move throughout the evening. We've already had one change. That'll be the first road game of the year on Sunday. If you saw the news, it's disgusting what's happened at Valley Center here over the last month or so. The vandalism and everything that's taken place to their field. All of the lights have been disabled and destroyed. So that's been moved from a night game. Now it's going to be a 1 o'clock start on Sunday for the Mud Daubers and the Pipeliners. And again, that game will be on adastraradio.com on the sports page on stream number 2 where we are tonight. So make that change on your schedule. Tomorrow evening's game against the Andale Warhawks will have first pitch at 6:30 tomorrow night. So we are ready for first pitch of the 2019 Pipeliner season. It will be Justin Bailey to lead off for the Shock. And first pitch stays upstairs for ball 1. We'll look around the field for the Pipeliners here in just a moment. Great crowd as a fastball down the middle, 1 ball and 1 strike. Eshelman out in left, Ueda in center, and Lozano is in right field. There's a 1-1 on the way to Bailey. LeBlooper towards right center, but there is the right fielder, Lozano, reaching up and snagging it for out number 1. Ball actually carrying a little bit more, I think, than Lozano thought it was over in the right center field gap, but nice play for out number 1. That'll bring to the plate the second baseman, Peyton Neiman. Flag out in right field is blowing almost straight towards the east, so about a west wind. And it did look like the pitcher, Trevor Lundquist, the plant foot slid out from underneath him. So hopefully nothing going on. The pitch misses low. And I believe it was a ball on the first pitch, so it'd be 2 balls and no strikes. Top of the first, 1 down, base is empty. And a 2-0 shot down the right field line is going to fall in. Lozano trying to cut it off, and he will. Holding a Neiman to a single, and they throw back behind him, and they picked him off. Neiman made a little bit too wide of a turn, and they threw back to the first baseman, Selko, and got him. So that'll go down as a single, and then Neiman picked off for out number 2. So it was a very short-lived base runner for the Shock, and there's 2 down for Ryan Chargo, the right fielder. First lefty in the lineup for the Shock as he takes up and away ball 1. One-0 pitch. He brings it down a little bit for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, the base is empty. 2 down in the top of the first. Fouled off left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chargo late on that. It looked like maybe a little change of pace there from Trevor Lundquist. Need to look around the Pipeliner infield. Breaking pitch, ground ball to third, and it's bobbled. And everybody will be safe. So the first error of the game. And a 2-out base runner for the Salina Shock to bring up the cleanup hitter, third baseman, Mike Karam. Excuse me. And we'll see if Salina wants to put Chargo in motion here with 2 down, try to get him into scoring position. Lundquist to the plate. And strike 1 at the knees to Mike Karam. Bailey started the inning, flew to right. Neiman singled down the right field line, but took a bit wide of a turn and got picked off at first. And Chargo reaches on the air. 0-1 pitch, grounded towards short. Arroyo will go to first and gets him by a step to retire the side. We had no runs, had a hit and an error and one left, so we head to the bottom of the first inning.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Shock, scoreless, and the Pipeliner is coming up.
hamburgers
And we're going to take this break, and we'll be back with more
Pipeline.
Pipeliner baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
That the bullseye.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the first inning, no score. As the Pipeliners will get their first at bat, Daniel Arroyo, Jared Ueda, and Tyler Brown will come to the plate for the Pipeliners. Again, we're going to kind of look at where the colleges and everything are for the McPherson Pipeliners. Again, it's a righty on the mound this evening for the Shock, Dylan Clark. Of course, Salina, the Shock, are supposed to be using Dean Evans, and we know what happened with state baseball last week. I still don't know if Dean Evans is playable. It may by now be playable, and that'll be the home for the Shock. They're in the Sunflower Cactus here in the state of Kansas, member of the MBC. The Shock, or the Pipeliners, of course, are in the KCBL, and they got 3 new members this year out of the Jayhawk, Liberal, Dodge City, and Hayes, making a 10-team Kansas Collegiate Baseball League. Fantastic league here in primarily central and eastern Kansas, joining in with the Jayhawk West. Kind of spreads it out throughout the state. So I think they're working on scoreboard has not been operational since we started. I think that's what they're working on. I know the sun, it's a bad angle, but it has not been working. Daniel Arroyo, the shortstop, will lead off for the Pipeliners. Arroyo at a Kaiser University down in Florida. And first pitch from Clark stays up and away for ball 1. And Arroyo, Ueda, and Brown here in the bottom of the first. Swinging and fouling it out of play down the right field side. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now the scoreboard does spring into action. And a cable unhooked or something. It is ready to go. And the 1-1. Fouled back and out of play by Daniel Arroyo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Warhawks in tomorrow for a 6:30 start here in McPherson. Hopefully we can dodge around a chance of afternoon storms tomorrow. It's 1-2 to Arroyo. Misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As weather on the spring sports season, what a nightmare it was getting games played on schedule. 2-2 breaking pitch, pulled foul down the third baseline. Of course, a nice mix of players here for the Pipeliners. You got some 4-year schools, you got some JUCO kids, and some players already out of playing eligibility at the collegiate level. Ages spanning from 18 to 25 on this Pipeliner squad. And again, the 2-2 breaking pitch, and just foul down the third base line. For the Shock in the outfield, Robinson's in left, Bailey in center, Chargo is in right. You got Ramirez behind the plate, Karam at third, Moore at short, Neiman at second, and Smith is at first. Once again, the 2-2 to Arroyo. He lays off a high fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter for McPherson here in the bottom of the first. And the payoff pitch Pop back and we'll sail out of play. Not a lot of room behind home plate here at Light Capital Field. Yeah, it's a nice at-bat for Arroyo. Even if he doesn't reach base, he's going to see his 9th pitch coming up. Once again, the payoff. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Arroyo down looking for out number 1.
Center fielder, Jared Uyeda.
And we'll bring up Jared Ueda, the center fielder. Ueda, I mentioned, one of those 3 out of Hawaii Pacific University in Honolulu. That'd be a tough place to play baseball, wouldn't it? And the lefty will take low for ball 1. Ueda played in 15 games this past season for Hawaii Pacific. And he takes one in the elbow, and the Pipeliners will get their first base runner. Hit by a pitch, and Ueda is aboard. I'll bring up Tyler Brown, the DH.
Now batting the designated hitter, Tyler Brown.
Brown from right here in town, Central Christian College, had a very nice campaign. Batted .312 for Central Christian this past season. Ended up with 19 doubles as he takes strike 1. Homered a couple of times, drove in 19. 40 out of 41 games he started for Central Christian. And the 1-strike pitch in the dirt. And a nice block behind the plate by Ramirez. Holding Ueda at first. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield in very good shape. The infield, you can tell where a lot of water stood for a little bit too long. Grass just now really starting to come back and green up. The toss over to first by Dylan Clark. Everything drying out just in time for the home opener tonight. Very nice crowd. Lots of people in their vehicles and tailgating out around the outfield fence. 1-1 and a low strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fantastic support here in McPherson for the Pipeliners. It's free admission all season long for the fans. 1-2 stays up and away from Brown. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Arroyo went down looking to start the inning. Then Ueda hit on the elbow. He's at first. The 2-2 to Brown. Breaking pitch stays high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jake Selko will bat next for McPherson. No score, bottom of the first. Now Clark taking a little bit of time behind the mound. Now the payoff to Brown is low, ball 4. So a couple of free passes hit by a pitch and a walk.
Now batting the first baseman, Jake Selko.
There'll be a little impromptu meeting on the mound. The first baseman, Jake Selko, will bat for McPherson. Another one of the Hawaii Pacific University players. Hit 300, 7 doubles. He homered 6 times, drove in 21, started 29 out of 41 games for Hawaii Pacific. First pitch fastball, strike 1. And we'll see our third Hawaii Pacific player down towards the lower third of the lineup. Yukamoto batting 8th. There's the 1 strike to Selko. Stays up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Already here in the evening, starting to see a few shadows encroaching on the infield. It's tough out in right field on the right side of the infield. 1-1 to Selko. Hits it well to the right center field gap. This one is gone. 3-run homer for Jake Selko.
Puts the Pipeliners
And the
on top.
Pipeliners take a 3-0 first inning lead. Selko, we mentioned the 6 dingers with Hawaii Pacific. His first at-bat of the regular season here. And the Pipeliners on top 3-0. That'll empty the bases. 1 down for the catcher, Grant Plunkett. Plunkett out of Central Arkansas University and in Fort Smith. He takes high and tight for ball 1. A little angry behind that Clark fastball, up and in. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. That home run right over top of a couple of fans out there in right center field. But no attempt to catch that home run ball as it's outside to Plunkett. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the 2-1 pitch misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Another thing, if you're used to watching college baseball, one thing you're not going to hear is the tink of the bat. This is a wooden bat only league here in the KCBL. So you're going to hear the crack of the bat. Taking strike 2 is Plunkett. And the count will go full. That's 3 out of 5 batters that Clark has gone to a full count with. Now the payoff to Plunkett. He takes strike 3. One over the outer part of the plate.
Now batting, number 12, the third baseman, Gerardo Zavaleta.
So with 2 down, it'll be the third baseman, Gerardo Zavaleta. Zavaleta out of Veracruz, Mexico, uncommitted on where he wants to go to school next year. Breaking pitch stays high. And I'm trying to see if first pitch went by. It's like it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball. Fouling it off is Zavaleta. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the 3-run homer by Selko. 3-0 Pipeliners, bottom of the first. And Clark has a sign he likes. The 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch. They'll have to throw down the first on the swing and the miss for the strikeout to record it. That will be out number 3. So Clark does strike out 3, but gives up the 3-run homer to Jake Selko. 3 runs on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. We head to the second. McPherson at 3, Salina nothing. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Top of the second inning. It's a 3-0 Pipeliner advantage. So Trevor Lundquist will work with the 3-0 lead and pitch to Brian Lawrence, August Ramirez, and Colton Moore. And we mentioned fantastic crowd on hand here for opening night. Lots of tailgating going on out behind the fence there in left field. Lots of vehicles, lots of lawn chairs out. I mean, I don't think you could have drawn up better weather for opening night, considering what the weather has been, trying to get state baseball, softball, track, and field in. Some of it just finished up a couple of days ago. So the DH, Brian Lawrence, will lead off. Lundquist and promptly puts one right under the 8 on his back. And Salina will get the leadoff man aboard.
How about the catcher, August Ramirez?
Bringing up the catcher, August Ramirez. Again, Salina had a couple of base runners in the first inning. One was picked off right after the single as Ramirez takes up and away ball 1. That was Neiman took a little bit too big of a turn around first. And then Chargo reached on an error. Lundquist able to work around that. The 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. One ball and 1 strike. Following Ramirez will be Colton Moore. 1-1 breaking pitch. Stays up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Of course, for the Summer League team, especially Pipeliners, been able to get outside so little using indoor practice facility a lot. Now the 2-1. Fastball fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So getting a lot of game and scrimmage action. They haven't had a lot of it. That's why they played the scrimmage on Wednesday. So seeing how everybody gels together will be kind of a first part of the season process. Get everybody acclimated to their role. There's a toss over to first to chase Lawrence back. Count on the batter, August Ramirez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff man aboard, hit by a pitch. Lawrence at first. And the 2-2 pitch. Awful good looking pitch. I'm not sure where it missed. Either a little up or away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Lundquist with the payoff. That must have been a head of pitch. And now it is 3-2. Or no, he was confused. Ramirez thought it was just ball 3. He will take first base.
Now batting the shortstop, Colton Moore.
Well, this is exactly what happened for McPherson. Hit by a pitch and a walk, and the Selco 3-run homer. We'll see what Colton Moore will do. The shortstop for Salina, another lefty. See if he will think about a sacrifice. There's Plunkett and Lundquist. A little short conference. See how they want to pitch to Colton Moore. In first and second, nobody down. Top of the second. It's a 3-0 Pipeliner advantage. And Lundquist, a check of the runner at second. First pitch to Moore, bunt down the third baseline, and is it? Oh, it was fielded by Zavaleta. He thought it was foul. He apparently got it right on the line. So that will go down as an infield single. You don't even have to give up the out if you're Salina.
Now batting the first baseman, Alex Smith.
So Lunkwitz in all sorts of trouble. Bases loaded, nobody down for the first baseman, Alex Smith. Infield will stay back and hope for a chance to turn two. Fastball for strike one. Lawrence hit by a pitch. He's at third. Ramirez walked at second. Infield bunt single for Moore at first. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and the count on Alex Smith, 2 strikes. Well, and great time for Lunkwitz, where his first strikeout would be right here. Now the 2-strike pitch went fastball, as fouled back and out of play. You wondered if they might go off speed with a couple of pitches to work with to Smith. Well, Lunkwitz again ready with the 2-strike pitch. And down in the dirt, good block by Plunkett. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Following Alex Smith will be Josh Robinson. These are the 8-9 hitters for Salina. And a 1-2 pitch. Fastball stays inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In McPherson, the 3-run homer in the first from Jake Selko to right center field. 3-0 currently, but bases loaded, nobody down. Top of the second. Two, got him looking. Nice fastball in the outside corner. It's a big first out on the first strikeout for Trevor Lunkwitz. I'll bring up Josh Robinson, the left fielder. Now a chance on a ground ball, maybe get out of this thing. And yet another lefty in the lineup for Salina. That first pitch, that was just below the belt, fastball, strike one. Umpire, it's just a 2-man crew tonight. Just your field and home plate umpire. That's what you'll be working with here in the Summer League. It's a 1-strike breaking pitch, popped up. Right side, it's going to drift just out of play. And the count will be 2 strikes. Again, here at Light Capital, not a ton of foul room anywhere behind the plate or down the lines, either one. You'd want to be very careful driving along the street here just to the Avenue A, just to the south side of the field. I'm sure there have been multiple cars hit over the years. Now, again, the 2-strike to Robinson. Got him looking. Another great fastball from Trevor Lunkwitz. Working the outer part of the plate for back-to-back strikeouts. And back to the top of the lineup to Justin Bailey. He hit one out in the right center field, caught by Lozano first time around. So Lunkwitz trying to leave the runners where they are. First pitch on the way, breaking pitch, stays high, ball 1. Salina in there. Dark navy jerseys, white pants. You got the kind of powder blue with the black top of the sleeves for McPherson. Sharp-looking unis. Fastball, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bailey well behind that Lundquist fastball. Bases loaded, 2 down, top of the 2nd inning. Currently 3-0 Pipeliners. 1-1 pitch. Got another fastball by him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see where Plunkett will go here. Behind the plate, what will we call with a 1-2 count? Last 2 fastballs have been overpowering. The 1-2 pitch. Goes another fastball, and did that hit him? It did. It's 3-1. Second batter hit in the inning. That brings Lawrence home, who was hit to start the inning, to make it 3-1. The batter will be the second baseman, Peyton Neiman. He singled down the right field line and then was picked off trying to get back to first. Fastball above the belt, ball 1. Outfield playing quite a ways off the lines. A lot of room down right and left field lines. Shading into the gaps. Good fastball for strike 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. In 3-1 lead. Lundquist with the 1-1. It's chopped foul to the third base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Neiman reaches. It would then be Ryan Chargo. Dylan Clark did have 3 strikeouts for Salina in the bottom of the first. Can Lundquist get 3 here in the second? He misses in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Neiman is the 7th batter of the inning for Salina. And Lundquist ready with the 2-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. That will retire the sign, so nice job by Lundquist limiting the damage to 1 run on 1 hit and 3 left. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. McPherson 3, Salina 1, as you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Bottom of the 2nd inning. Pipeliners 3, the Shock 1. Coming up for McPherson will be Ray Lozano, Trey Yukamoto, and Aaron Eshelman. It's the bottom third of the lineup for the Pipeliners.
The bottom of the 2nd for the Pipeliners, the right fielder, Ray Lozano.
Ray Lozano will lead things off from Lavaca, Arkansas. And the Pipeliners got their 3 runs on the one hit, the Silco 3-run homer in the first. And the Shot getting one back on one hit. Lundquist's able to leave the bases loaded in the top half of the inning. First pitch swinging, and it's fouled well out of play, right side, strike 1.
That ball's worth 50 cents if you return at the concession stand. Be careful of cars crossing the street getting it, though.
Now the 1-strike pitch. Breaking pitch in there for strike 2. In picture perfect evening for the opener for the Pipeliners. 2-strike, fouled off. Ryan Lozano was behind that fastball, but able to get a piece of it. Tons of tailgating going on here out at the field tonight. Again, the 2-strike pitch stays high to Lozano. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clark ready with the 1-2. Again, getting a piece of it to stay alive is Lozano. 30 first inning pitches for Dylan Clark. So if you're wanting to get into that shock bullpen early on, you're well on your way. And the 1-2 down the right field line, it is slicing foul. About 1.5 feet. So the count will stay 1-2 on Ray Lozano. And Yukimoto and Eshelman to follow. And shadows almost on the entire grass of the infield. Again, fighting off another one out, a breaking pitch. And a schedule is 6:30, first pitch tomorrow night. Second non-league contest to start the season for McPherson will be the Andale Warhawks. 1-2 again, fouled right up off of one of the lights. I think fortunately missing the bulb in the center of the light and off the outer covering. And a nice at-bat by Lozano, still battling in there at 1-2 to lead off the bottom of the second. And again, the 1-2 from Clark. There's one down the right field line. This is fair. We'll see if Chargo will limit it to a single. He will. Good relay in down the right field line, but what an at-bat for Lozano. Ends up with the opposite field single.
Now batting for the Pipeliners, Trey Yukimoto.
And that'll bring up Trey Yukimoto. What a breakout junior season. We were visiting with him before the game. He'd been battling injuries his first couple of years. Played a full season and hit .347. Had 4 doubles, knocked in 7, and drew 15 walks. Tries to go down the left field line. This one will slice foul for strike 1. It'll be Eshelman, and then the top of the lineup to follow Yukimoto. And 1 strike from Clark. Right off the end of the bat, foul down the third baseline. 2 strikes will be your count. And you got Yukimoto, Ueda, and there's one more in the lineup tonight from Hawaii. Selko with the homer, all 3 from Hawaii Pacific. So it's a 2-strike count on Yukimoto. Lozano with the leadoff single. He's at first. And a called strike 3. That is a 4 strikeout for Clark. That's all the outs so far by Clark have been strikeouts. And And that'll bring up the left fielder, Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman at Newman University in Wichita. Lefty going to go down the right field line. Well hit baseball. And Chargo makes the catch at the warning track. Well hit ball is not quite well enough from Eshelman. That'll be out number 2. It's quickly back to first. Went Lozano and back to the top of the line up to Daniel Arroyo.
Now batting, the Pipeliners leadoff man, Daniel Arroyo.
Arroyo is one of those 4 strikeouts for Dylan Clark. 3-1 Pipeliners. Runner at first, 2 down in the bottom of the second. Hits are even at 2. Another toss over to first. Has not appeared at any point that Lozano on base has considered trying to swipe second. And first pitch is high to Arroyo, ball 1. In a lot of room down that right field line. You look out there at where Chargo is positioned. Going to throw back to first after the pitch. Lozano back in time. And the count on Arroyo. 2 balls, no strikes. And we've seen several balls already hit to right field. The 2-0, this one line to center is going to be a diving catch made by Bailey. It was sinking but not quick enough, and Bailey, a nice catch. That will be out number 3. No runs, a hit, and a man left.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3rd inning is coming up, and we
head on to the 3rd. It's McPherson at 3 and Salina 1. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Doing all these shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can shred. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Every other night, another dollar get made. Every other night started with a good day. I feel like a child, I got boogers in the face. I'm dancing in the dollar, this is a parade. I don't want your train, I'm gon' want another slave. I had to draw the line, too many bitches getting saved. TSA hurt me, so I took a private plane. Like I'm working on my aim. Too hard, truck to the car.
Top of the 3rd inning. Version 3, Salina 1. It's coming up for the shock. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Ryan Chargo, Mike Karam, and Brian Lawrence. Chargo, the right fielder, reached on an error in the 1st inning, was stranded at first. First pitch from Lundquist. Chargo showing bunt takes, low and away, ball 1. We did see that beautiful bunt single in the last inning down the 3rd baseline from Colton Moore. Foul back and out of play by Chargo. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the field, in pretty good shape considering how much water has stood on it over the last several weeks. Fastball misses a little up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. And picking up the pace, the 2-1 from Lundquist. Misses low. They'll count 3-1. Little to no wind. The flag out on the right field foul pole. Completely limp. It was blowing a little bit out of the west. Good cut on a 3-1 fastball, fouled back by Chargo. And the count 3-2. Just the second batter of the game that Lunkwitz has run a count full on. And the payoff pitch outside, ball 4. That is the second walk for Lunkwitz. He has hit a couple of batters. So the free passes. So far, Lunkwitz has worked around as now they're going to go visit with Trevor Lunkwitz. I want to remind you the Pipeliners at home again tomorrow evening, taking on Andale Warhawks. That's a 6:30 start. And if you were planning on the game coming up on Sunday,
all of your favorite
again with the, if you saw it on the news the other night, all the vandalism that's occurred at the field in Valley Center. They've destroyed the lights, all the wiring. The game's been moved to a 1 o'clock start on Sunday. It'll be right here on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Valley Center Mud Daubers, McPherson Pipeliners on Sunday. And then back at home Monday for the Kansas Curve at 7. So leadoff man aboard via the base on balls. Ryan Chargo, now the batter, Mike Karam. Takes high, ball 1. Karam ended up the first inning by bouncing out to short. The 1-0 with the runner moving is high. Throw to second. Will not be in time and actually goes into center field, but nice job. Ueda makes sure that it was limited to just the stolen base. Chargo, a great jump. Even a spot-on throw wouldn't have had him. So another runner in scoring position for the Shock, and to count on the batter, Mike Karam, 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch from Lunkwitz. Chop foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. And following Karam, Brian Lawrence, then August Ramirez. Shock trailing the Pipeliners 3-1, top of the 3rd. And the 3-1 pitch. Or excuse me, the 2-1 fouled off left side. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 3 runs in the first on the Selco homer for McPherson. And Salina getting 1 back in the second inning on a hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Breaking pitch grounded, just foul down third base. So count will hold on Mike Karam, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It looks like he's going to go get some new lumber. In the all-wood bat league, so that's a different expense for the summer league teams. You know, you're used to all these college players using the aluminum bat. Not here in the KCBL, wooden bat all summer long. Lunkwitz with the 2-2 pitch. Line to left, right at Eshelman. He's got it for out number 1. Holding at second was Chargo.
Designated hitter, Brian Lawrence.
That'll bring up the DH, Brian Lawrence. Lawrence was hit by a pitch in the second and scored, to this point, the lone Shock run. Lundquist has 3 strikeouts, pair of walks, pair of hit batsmen thus far through 2 1/3. He fires low, ball 1 to Lawrence. Both the hit batsmen coming in that second inning. A 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the outer part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the shadows, just increasingly moving out towards right field. 1-1 misses low to Brian Lawrence. 2 balls, 1 strike. Actually, look out at Eshelman in left field. There's just kind of a streaks of sun and streaks of shadow, depending on where he's standing. The 2-1 pitch. Pulled a mile-high foul down the left field line. The count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. At the bullseye out there right at the top of the fence in left field. I do believe there is some type of a payoff if you player can ding that with a home run. $100 I hear. We want a pipeliner to do that for sure. Popped up right side. Will there be room for Selko? He's at the fence, and he makes a catch leaning over the wall. And the runner will get the third on the play, but what a catch by Jake Selko. Thought for a minute he was going to tumble over the fence. Makes a fantastic catch for out number 2. Good base running by Chargo, tagged up and was able to get the third. Now Lundquist can get out of the inning, no damage if he can get August Ramirez.
The catcher, August Ramirez.
Ramirez walked and was stranded at third in the second inning. And the first pitch stays high to Ramirez, ball 1. Lundquist with the 1-0 pitch. Stays high, 2 balls, no strikes. Lundquist with the, maybe, I don't want to call it unusual, different pre-pitch routine. Stretches both his arms well up above his head before he comes set. Now the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. The count goes to 2-1. Runner at third, 2 down, top of the third. It's a 3-1 pipeliner advantage. Lundquist's 2-1 goes breaking pitch and really fooled Ramirez. He was well out in front of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think you have Ramirez guessing a little bit now. Lundquist looking for strikeout number 4, and he's got it. Great fastball, powered it by him. And that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, and a man left. So we head to the bottom of the third. Score remains McPherson 3 and Salina 1 as you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the third inning, McPherson 3, Salina 1.
Now batting the center fielder, Jared Ueda.
It'll be Jared Ueda, Tyler Brown, and Jake Selko. They're in the bottom of the third inning. And Dylan Clark starts his third inning of work. He's given up the 3 runs on a pair of hits. Ueda was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first. He takes a fastball, strike 1. I think we got somebody that got a great picture of that Selko catch in the top half of the inning. Low and away from Ueda. 1 ball, 1 strike. In leaning clear over the chain link fence to make that catch. 1-1 breaking pitch taken for strike 2. A 1-2 count. Clark had a 30-pitch first inning. He fires low. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. I was told Lundquist right at 60 through 3 innings. Yeah, the 2-2 to Ueda. Ground ball to short. Moore bobbles it, and safe at first will be Ueda. We'll have the first shock error of the game. Leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning for the Pipeliners.
Now batting the designated hitter, Tyler Brown.
It brings up the DH, Tyler Brown, who walked and also scored a run in the first inning. Fastball outside, ball 1. Let's see what kind of lead Ueda gets down at first. Just a decent lead. And now he's picked off. Trying to get down to second. A late covering is the shortstop, but still in time as Moore gets the tag down. And that will wipe out the leadoff man. As Ueda picked off for out number 1, it's a 1-0 count on Tyler Brown. So each team now with a runner picked off is a little different circumstance for Salina. 1-0 sailing over everybody to the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes. Needless to say, Clark had that one get away from him. And the 2-0 pitch is low, ball 3. And Clark falling behind Brown 3-0 as Selko and Plunkett coming up next for McPherson. And the 3-0 to Brown, taking all the way, takes a strike on the inner part of the plate. And Dylan Clark's 3-1 offering is hit high in the air to right, pretty well hit. Chargo's going to have room just shy of the warning track for out number 2. will bring up
Now
Jake
batting, first
Selko.
baseman, Jake Selko.
Selko with the 3-run homer to right center field in the first inning. There's quite a crew of tailgaters out in right center and, of course, down the left field line. First pitch on the way from Dylan Clark. Fastball, strike one. The 1-strike pitch stays low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Selko reaches with NB Grant Plunkett. Base is empty, 2 down, bottom of the third. And the breaking pitch catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two, grounded up the middle, backhand, and it goes into center field. And that, immediately pops up as an error. So 2 errors in the inning. Selko aboard for the 2nd straight time.
Now batting the catcher, Grant Plunkett.
That brings up Grant Plunkett, who went down looking for the 2nd out in the 1st inning. Well, now how big is that Ueda pickoff? There's a little pop fly down the first base line, just slices out of play, strike one. Behind Plunkett will be Gerardo Zavaleta. The 1-strike pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ramirez was thinking about throwing down behind the runner Selko at first. One breaking pitch. Strike 2 to Plunkett. Clark, who momentarily seemed rattled by that Selko homer in the first, has settled down and has allowed just 1 hit since then. Runner moving. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll be strikeout number 5 and will retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was a pair of errors and just 1 runner left. So we head on to the 4th inning. Score remains Pipeliners 3, Shock 1. If you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Top of the 4th inning, 3-1 McPherson leading Salina, coming up for the Shock. It'll be the bottom third of the lineup. Colton Moore, Alex Smith, Josh Robinson.
Leading off for the Shock, the shortstop, Colton Moore.
As Trevor Lunkwitz will begin his 4th inning of work. And he's right at 60 pitches. didn't throw it all this spring for Central Christian here in town, so you wonder an inning or two more, probably about the length of this start for Lunkwitz. Good fastball to Colton Moore, strike one. Moore put down that fantastic bunt down the third base line the first go around. Ended up being an infield single. Fastball low and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. About 3/4 of the field now in the shadows. Probably have the lights kick on here in another 15 minutes or so. A 1-1 foul back and out of play. The count is 1-2. And the hit's even at 2. Right now the difference, of course, the Selco 3-run homer. A 1-2 fastball stays outside to Colton Moore. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lunkwitz has done a great job stranding runners, working around trouble. He misses low 2 more, and the count will go full. He stranded 5 through 3 innings thus far. Now the payoff pitch to Colton Moore. Fastball fouled back. As of right now, no movement down in the Pipeliner bullpen. You probably think maybe into this inning, next inning somewhere, another arm would be getting loose. And the payoff pitch, line to short. Arroyo backs up, gets it, fires to first just in time to get more. Nice play by Daniel Arroyo at short. Moore out number 1, bringing up the first baseman, Alex Smith.
First baseman, Alex Smith.
Smith became the first of back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded in the second inning. He and both Robinson went down looking. And breaking pitch stays low and in, ball 1. And the outfields have been positioned very similar, giving up a ton of room down the right field line, shading the gaps. Breaking pitch up and away to Alex Smith. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, we have seen numerous balls down that right field line, but the teams have not shaded their fielders anymore that direction. And the 2-0 swing fouled straight back by Alex Smith. 2 balls, 1 strike. That Sunday game, again, we mentioned a 1 o'clock start against the Valley Center Mud Daubers. That'll be the first league contest of the season. Low fastball fouled off by Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In that special 1 o'clock start due to, unfortunately, all the vandalism at the field there in Valley Center. So unfortunate that has happened. That'll probably be no games under the lights at all. It's going to make for some hot July baseball in Valley Center. 2-2, little blooper out to short. Easy play for Arroyo. Little jam shot there by Smith. Will be out number 2.
Left fielder, Josh Robinson.
Going to bring up the left fielder, Josh Robinson. And he also went down looking for the second out of the second inning. As Lunkwitz is looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. Fastball stays outside, ball 1. Lunkwitz, 1-0 pitch. Little below the knees, 2 balls, no strikes. And Lundquist with the 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's hit 2 batters. And 2-0. Boy, it looked like the same pitch. That time gets the strike call. It's 2-1. And the 2-1 delivery. That one stays low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Lundquist has fallen behind the first 3 batters of the inning, but managed to get Moore to ground out and Smith to pop out. 3-1 up and away, ball 4 to Robinson. So that's a 2-out walk to Josh Robinson, moving the Shock back to the top of their lineup.
And center fielder Justin Bailey.
It'd be Justin Bailey. He's flown the right, and he has a hit by a pitch RBI. He was hit with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. So quite a way to get your first run batted in of the year. And Lundquist misses with the fastball, ball 1. (3-1) McPherson leading, Shock batting top of the 4th. Runner at first, 2 down. (1-0) outside, 2 balls, no strikes. If Bailey reaches, the batter would then be Brian Neiman. The 2-0 pitch splits the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, Lundquist has fallen behind every batter in this inning. And a 2-1. That hit high in the air, deep left field, is going to get over the head of Eshelman. He'll bring the relay in, and they'll hold the runner at 3rd. That'll be stand-up double for Justin Bailey. That has the tying run in scoring position.
Peyton Neiman.
That'll bring out Peyton Neiman. Neiman is 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd. As Lundquist now over 80, actually 81 pitches. And now we do have some action, a righty up and getting loose for McPherson. Lundquist jammed him. It's fouled off right side, strike 1. Still a chance to get out of the inning with no damage if he can get Peyton Neiman. The 1-strike pitch. Fastball grounded right side slowly. Yukimoto has plenty of time and gets Neiman. That will retire the side. So again, Lundquist, a nice job stranding runners. No runs on 1 hit, 2 left. So we head to the bottom of the 4th, and it remains Pipeliners 3, Shock 1. And this is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 3-1 McPherson. Austin Jentz is the pitcher getting loose for McPherson. As Dylan Clark will pitch to Gerardo Zavaleta to lead off the bottom of the fourth. A swing and a miss, strike one. Zavaleta struck out to end the first inning, so just his second at bat. And he takes strike two at the knees. No balls, two strikes. So very well could have been the last inning for Trevor Lundquist. A bouncer at the plate to Zavaleta. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it'll be Zavaleta, Ray Lozano, and Trey Yukamoto. One, two. Pretty good pitch just below the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So that was it for Lundquist. Again, he did a great job stranding runners. He stranded 7. Breaking pitch, chop foul. Count stays even at 2-2 on Zavaleta. And the Pipeliners with just the 1 hit since the Selco 3-run homer in the first. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. That will be strikeout number 6 for Dylan Clark.
Right fielder, Ray Lozano.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Ray Lozano, who singled to lead off the second inning. And he was stranded at first base. Fastball, strike 1 to Lozano. Again, great crowd here on opening night. The lights have popped on here at 8:20. And there is strike 2 to Lozano. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, Clark, after the 3-run homer, has pitched pretty well for Salina. Breaking pitch in the dirt to Lozano. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he's allowed the 3 runs on 2 hits. He struck out 6, walked just 1, and hit 1. 1-2 grounder to first. Smith will take it himself for out number 2.
Now batting second baseman, Trey Yukamoto.
Yukamoto will be the batter. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the first pitch from Clark in there for strike 1. Have not seen anybody getting loose for Salina, so right now it looks like this is going to stay Clark's game for a while as he misses the breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. He had that 30-pitch first inning, and he's really limited it since. And a line shot to center, a base hit for Yukamoto. A 2-out single. We mentioned Yukamoto had such a great junior year there at Hawaii Pacific, hitting .347. That'll bring to the plate Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman hit one to the warning track in right. His first at bat, and takes a strike with a fastball. Yukamoto, pretty good lead. Breaking pitch, well out in front of it was Eshelman. No balls, 2 strikes. And Clark has worked ahead of every batter in this inning. And he has really settled down after the home run in the first inning. 2-strike pitch. This one hit well to right field. Back to the wall. It is off the top of the wall. They're going to send Yukamoto home. He got a great jump from first. And it'll be an RBI double. Eshelman missing a home run by maybe a foot. It's 4-1 Pipeliners. Well, I thought when it left the bat, it was gone.
Now batting the shortstop, Daniel Arroyo.
Had just a little bit too much overspin on it. And caught the top of the wall. Second extra base hit for the Pipeliners, and it gets McPherson back to the top of their lineup, and Daniel Arroyo, who has struck out and flown to center. He takes high, ball one. And Clark, a quick check of the runner. Fastball at the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. Eshelman, the Newman Jet, nearly clearing the fence in right field. It's the RBI double. The 1-1 to Arroyo. Breaking pitch bounces off the plate. And Ramirez able to hold Eshelman at second. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chargo has been very busy out in right field for Salina. Even the right-handed batters for McPherson have been taking a lot of balls to right field. 2-1, stays high to Arroyo. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jared Ueda in the on-deck circle. Again, all this has happened after the first 2 batters were retired. The 3-1, Arroyo, a little blooper out to shorten it. 1 hops and off of Moore. He'll have no play. And Eshelman will get the third. And I'm almost sure that'll go down as E6. It hasn't posted yet. That had some weird spin on there, it did.
Now batting center
That's
field.
the third error for
Jared
Salina.
Ueda.
So runners at the corners for Jared Ueda. Ueda was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first. He reached on an error in the third. He takes strike 1 at the knees. Almost like a pool shot out there on that one from Arroyo. Took a weird hop on Moore. 1-strike pitch with the runner moving to second. High throw. Did they get the tag on him? They say they got him in the helmet. And they will throw out the runner, Arroyo, at second for the third out of the inning. So 1 run scores on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. So we head to the 5th. It's now McPherson 4, Salina 1. And this is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Top of the 5th inning, we're going to have a McPherson pitching change. It'll be Austin Gents,
Leading off
the righty from
Salina Shaw,
Trinidad State,
Ryan
on the
Charo.
mound for the Pipeliners. 4 innings pitched for Trevor Lundquist. Gave up a run on 3 hits, struck out 4, walked 3, hit 2. As the batter steps in and takes low ball 1. That is Ryan Chargo. Chargo has been on base twice. He reached on an error in the first. He walked in the third. A swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gents appeared in 2 games for Trinidad State this year through just a third of an inning. 1-1 fouled out of play by Chargo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Gents shaking off a couple of signs and brings in the 1-2. Fastball stays upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Can be Chargo, Karam, and Lawrence here in the top of the 5th. Fastball grounded up the middle, cut off by the shortstop Arroyo. Over to first, low throw, and beating out the throw for an infield single is Ryan Chargo. Leadoff man aboard for the Shock. The fans didn't like it. We've got a great view of first base. That, I think, may have been the correct call. I think he was there before the throw. And it was a nice dig by Selko. It'll go down as a clean infield single, bringing up Mike Karam, who is grounded to short and lined to left.
Now batting the third baseman.
Takes
Mike
low ball
Karam.
1. One-0 fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And the Pipeliners again at home tomorrow night. 6:30 start against Andale. Runner going from first, and we got a dead ball. Now, the batter, Karam, is acting like he thought it hit him, and I think the umpire is saying it hit the end of the bat. And going to be a foul ball instead of a hit batsman. And that's a break for McPherson. Absolutely. Had a runners at first and second, nobody down. It's now a 2-1 count. Two 2-1 is inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. An infield single by Ryan Chargo to lead off the inning. 3-1 bounces off the plate to the backstop. Chargo hustling down the second. He's thinking about third. He'll go back. A good start to the inning for the Shock. First and second, nobody down for the DH. Brian Lawrence.
Designated hitter, Ryan Lawrence.
Lawrence so far, he was hit by a pitch, and at this point has scored the lone Shock run. That was in the second inning. And then he popped out to first base. That was that great Selko catch. He fouls one off, strike 1. Following Lawrence will be August Ramirez. And now you've got a hit batter. And that's going to load the bases. So a rough start to the inning for Austin Gents. So a quick conference with his catcher Plunkett.
Catcher, August Ramirez.
Well, the batter will be August Ramirez. The shot catcher has walked and struck out. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike one. Shock had this same scenario back in the second. We're only able to get one run home. Fastball, one just missing outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. See if Gents can settle in a little bit. You thought he had that opening out of the inning, and Chargo hustling beat out an infield single. 1-1. Taken low by Ramirez. 2 balls and 1 strike. Gents is 2-1. Now backing out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if Gents can battle out of things. It's a 4-1 Pipeliner advantage. Top of the 5th. Bases loaded, nobody down for Salina. 2-2. This one hit high in air to right. Lozano back, makes the catch at the wall. Runners will tag. It'll be a sac fly RBI to make it 4-2. So Chargo scored. Karam advanced to third. Lawrence stayed at first. So 1 down for the shortstop, Colton Moore. Moore has an infield single, and he's grounded to short. He takes high, ball 1.
Shortstop, Colton Moore.
Now there is starting to be a little throwing for Salina. Maybe a pitcher starting to get loose. Now the 0-1, or the 1-0 is fouled back. One ball and 1 strike. One fastball. It misses inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, it's a 4-2 Pipeliner lead. Boy, you'd love the ground ball right at a fielder here. A chance for a double play. 2-1, misses outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Gents in the inning, 1 hit batsman, 1 walk. 3-1 to Moore. Is outside, ball 4. That'll load the bases again. That'll bring a trip to the mound.
First baseman, Alex Smith.
Before Alex Smith will bat. And there is another arm getting loose for McPherson. Again, this sets up an awful lot like a minor or major league season for the summer league teams, as McPherson is scheduled to play all but 2 days of June. So your pitching is going to be key. How deep can your starters get into starts early in the season, and how much you have to use the bullpen? So far in the game, Smith has struck out and popped to short. And the pitch is low, ball 1 to Smith. And 1 down, bases loaded for Salina, top of the 5th. It's a 4-2 Pipeliner advantage. And the fastball misses in. 2 balls, no strikes. Gents really fighting his control here in the inning. Fastball high and in. 3 balls, no strikes, and nowhere to put Smith. Smith taking all the way, takes low, ball 4. It's 4-3. That score is Karam from third. And that will do it for Austin Gent's. Going to have just a third of an inning in this one.
Plain Jane, Jackie Jane, get your business. You're gonna be the one, bust it down, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed
He gave up just the one hit in the inning. Up to 3 walks and a hit batsman. For his downfall and all 3 runners, his responsibility. And now we will see the hometown product, Adam Tabor from Mac College, is going to come in as the third pipeliner pitcher.
Now pitching for the Pipeliners, McPherson College's Adam Tabor.
We'll take a look. We do have Tabor, his season numbers. Tabor appeared in 10 games this spring for Mac College. Through 13 innings, gave up 12 runs. He struck out 9, walked 9. His ERA 8.31. He and also Tyler Dunn, a couple of pitchers here for the Pipeliners that played for Mac College. And he comes in an unenviable situation with the Pipeliners clinging to a 4-3 lead in the top of the 5th. Bases loaded, still just 1 down. He'll be facing the 9 and 1 hitters, Josh Robinson, then Justin Bailey.
First batter to face Tabor is Josh Robinson.
Robinson has struck out and walked, so 0 for 1. And a little blooper is just foul down the left field line. Right off the end of the bat, but about spelled doom for McPherson. If that had fallen fair, would have probably scored a couple of runners. Instead, it will go down as strike 1.
Be smart. Right there. Go, Tabor.
A 1-strike pitch from Tabor, fouled back, no balls, 2 strikes. And following Robinson, the top of the lineup for Salina, Justin Bailey. Tabor's 2-strike pitch, fouled off. And the bases full of shock. There's a swing and a miss. He took a little something off that one and gets a huge strikeout in the second out of the inning. And to the 8th batter of the inning.
Fielder, Justin Bailey.
It's Justin Bailey.
Everybody's in field.
Bailey has flown to right, has a hit by a pitch RBI, and then he doubled. That double was to the one hopper at the left field wall, his last at bat coming in the 4th inning. Tabor's first pitch, this one skied into left.
Great job.
Eshelman has a bead on it. He's got it for out number 3. Nice job by Adam Tabor in the inning. A couple of runs scored. And it looks like just on the 1 hit. And there were 3 left, so we head into the bottom of the 5th. McPherson 4, Salina 3. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Center fielder Jared Uyeta.
Jared Ueda will lead off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Pipeliners. Takes well high from Dylan Clark, ball 1. Ueda was hit by a pitch, scored in the 1st, then he reached on an error in the 3rd. Fastball is outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Clark moving into the mid and upper 80s on the pitch count. Not bad considering he had 30 in the 1st inning. And he finds a strike at the knees to Ueda, 2 balls, 1 strike. It'll be Ueda, Tyler Brown, Jake Selko here in the 5th. 2-1. Again, took something off that one for strike 2. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And stepping off, Clark will take some time before the 2-2 pitch. This one hit high in the air, pretty well hit the left. Not well enough. There is Robinson to make the catch for out number 1.
Designated hitter Tyler Brown.
Yeah, brings up the DH, Tyler Brown. Brown walked and scored in the 1st, and in the 3rd he flew to right. High and away, ball 1 to Brown. And Brown was on base. Selko hit the 3-run homer in the 1st. Fouled up and out of the park on the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. And you got to be careful driving by on A Street here during the summer. A lot of foul balls hit out that way. Now Clark ready with the 1-1. Line shot up the middle and stabbed by Moore, the shortstop. Long throw to first is a wild throw. And that could be an infield hit. That is going to be the choice of the official scorer, which is the 5th hit for the Pipeliners.
Now batting the first baseman, Jake Selko.
Now as an infield single bringing up Jake Selko. Hit the 3-run homer in the 1st. He reached on an error in the 3rd. First pitch to Selko, breaking pitch in there for strike 1. Nice curveball from Clark. And Clark steps off. Again, this, you got to wonder if this will be his final inning of work. One strike pitch, and Silco chased one low. It's no balls, 2 strikes. As the pitcher now heading down to the bullpen for Salina. He was tossing a little bit a few minutes ago. Now he'll get more serious about it. It's a 2-strike pitch to Silco. It bounces at the plate, and another good block by Ramirez. Following Silco will be Grant Plunkett. 4-3 Pipeliners batting bottom of the 5th inning. Runner at first, 1 down. 1-2, breaking pitch, stays upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's really Clark's bailout pitch. He goes to that curveball. See if he'll throw it again. The 2-2 fastball, chop foul. So the count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the Pipeliners on their 3rd pitcher, Clark, still out there. Got to be approaching the century mark, I would think. Oh, he's actually over it, 104. Two-two. Boy, a good pitch just below the knees. And the count full on Silco. Ramirez actually checking with the home plate umpire to make sure that that was low.
Win this AB. Win this AB.
Clark actually shaking off a couple of signs. Now another one. And the payoff to Silco. Goes curveball, and boy, it missed somewhere. I don't know where. And neither does Dylan Clark.
Catcher, Grant Plunkett.
That'll be just the 2nd walk issued by Clark. 1st and 2nd for the Pipeliners. And that'll bring up Grant Plunkett. He's had a rough go of it against Dylan Clark. He struck out twice in 2 at-bats. Big swing and a miss on a fastball. Four runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Pipeliners. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for the Shock. That one, Plunkett chased it upstairs. No balls, 2 strikes. Following Plunkett will be Gerardo Zavaleta. Clark taking a long time here. Now the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, and Plunkett down for the 3rd straight time on strikes. Now there are 2 down with runners at 1st and 2nd for Gerardo Zavaleta.
Gerardo Zavaleta,
who has also struck out twice against Clark. Breaking pitch fouled off down the 3rd base line, strike 1. Ueda flew to left to start the inning, and Brown with an infield single. Silco walked, and Plunkett struck out. One strike pitch. And a swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Clark working on keeping this just a 1-run game. 2-strike fastball, called strike 3 on the inside corner. And that will retire the side. 8 strikeouts for Dylan Clark. And for the Pipeliners, no runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We head on to the 6th. McPherson 4, Salina 3. You're listening to McPherson Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Second baseman, Peyton Neiman.
Peyton Neiman leads off the top of the sixth for Salina and takes strike one from Adam Tabor, who came on and a couple of huge outs in the last inning with the bases loaded. Gets the fastball by Neiman, and the count is 2 strikes. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Neiman, Chargo, and Karam. Here's a shot into right center field, and right there to make the catch is Lozano for out number 1.
Right fielder, Ryan Chargo.
One down for Ryan Chargo, who's reached on an air, walked, and singled. He's got 1 run scored. Tabor fastball, a bunt goes foul for strike 1. The lefty Chargo trying to put a bunt down the third baseline. And fouled back by Chargo. No balls, 2 strikes. So Tabor has retired the first 3 batters he's faced. And the 2-strike pitch, good pitch. It was either up or inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Tabor. That one is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Chargo, then Karam. Anybody reaches Brian Lawrence. 2-2, fouled back by Chargo on a low fastball. And McPherson got 3 in the first. Salina got 1 back in the second. McPherson added 1 in the fourth and then 2 in the fifth for Salina to get us to 4-3. 2-2, fastball, swing and a miss. That's the second strikeout for Adam Tabor.
Third baseman, Mike Karam.
That'll bring up Mike Karam, the third baseman. Karam 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, lined to left, and he walked and scored a run in the 5th inning. Breaking pitch at the knees. Strike 1. Tabor not really a true side armor, but doesn't come straight over top. He's kind of right in between. Pulled foul by Karam. No balls, 2 strikes. Has really good movement on his pitches. And he's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The 2-strike pitch stays above the belt, and it's 1-2 on Karam. And curveball, and I think that hit him in the knee. That's 4 batters hit by Pipeliner pitching. And that'll bring up the DH, Brian Lawrence. who has been plunked twice. And he's also popped out or fouled out the first.
Ryan Lawrence, designated hitter.
Fastball, good fastball at the knee, strike one. Again, that foul out was the Selko catch about falling over the fence down the first baseline. That breaking pitch actually, I think, went behind the batter, and down to second base goes Karam. And tying run in scoring position in the top of the sixth with 2 down. And the 1-1 pitch, line to center, pretty well hit. Ueda is right positioned perfectly. That'll be out number 3. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. So we head on to the bottom of the 6th inning. It remains Pipeliners 4 and the Shock 3.
Unable to attend a home game.
You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the 6th inning, we will see the second Shock pitcher. It'll be the righty Eric Nelson on in relief of Dylan Clark, who ended up going 5 innings, allowing 4 runs on 5 hits.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th.
He struck out 8 and walked just a couple. He hit 1 batter. And coming up for the Pipeliners, it's going to be Ray Lozano, Trey Yukamoto, and Aaron Eshelman. First pitch fastball fouled out of play right side for strike 1. Lozano singled in the second, and he grounded out the first in the 4th inning. Fastball, that stays upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 bounces just past the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, Clark pitched pretty well. He made the 1 mistake in the 1st inning. The 3-run homer to Selko, and other than that, just scattered 4 other hits. Fastball low to Lozano. 3 balls, 1 strike. See if Lozano will sit on a pitch here and see if Pipeliners can get the leadoff man aboard to 3-1. Another good fastball at the knees. It's 3-2. Nelson and Ramirez really going through the signs. 3-2 is low, ball 4. A good start to the inning for the Pipeliners. Leadoff walk issued to Ray Lozano.
Now batting Trey Yukamoto.
And to bring up Trey Yukamoto. Yukamoto struck out in the second. He singled and scored a run in the 4th inning. First pitch below the knees, ball 1 to Yukamoto. Did want to mention the press box is the Williams press box this summer. Great sponsor, Williams. Thank you for supporting Pipeliner Baseball. All our home games live from the Williams press box. 1-0 Yukamoto, grounder towards second. The only play is going to be first. Lozano got a great jump. So that will be a productive out. You get the runner into scoring position. That'll bring up the left fielder, Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman missed a home run by about a foot. He went right off the right field
Left fielder, Aaron
top of the
Eshelman.
wall for an RBI double in the 4th inning. He's also flown to deep right. Let's see if Chargo moves any further towards right. The pitch misses low, ball 1 to Eshelman. You got to wonder if Ramirez and Nelson, if they weren't together on the signs there as Ramirez runs out. Quick talk to Nelson. Again, these summer teams, not a whole lot of time for practice, and especially with the way the weather's been, much practice outdoors. So it's going to be kind of a feeling out process. A breaking pitch way up in the eyes of Eshelman. It's 2-0. Pipeliner is leading 4-3, bottom of the 6th. And the 2-0, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Everything been pretty even in the game. 4 hits for the Shock, 5 hits for the Pipeliners. 2-1, that was a good off-speed pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Aaron Eshelman. Big difference, the 3 errors committed by the Shock, just 1 for McPherson. And Nelson steps off momentarily. And the 2-2 to Eshelman. Swing and a miss. Be the second out of the inning on the first strikeout for
Shortstop,
Nelson.
Daniel Arroyo.
And it'll bring to the plate Daniel Arroyo. Leadoff hitter for the Pipeliners is 0 for 3. He struck out in the first, flew to center in the second, reached on an error in the 4th. And breaking pitch stays a little high, ball 1. Lozano out at second. He started the inning by walking, advanced on the ground out by Yukamoto. And 1-0 is up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. And a fantastic crowd on hand for opening night. And beautiful weather, I say for a change this spring. And Arroyo takes high again. It's 3-0. So he will certainly sit on at least one pitch here, maybe two. The 3-0 from Nelson. Just below the belt. Gets the high strike call. It's 3-1. Jared Ueda would be next for McPherson if Arroyo can extend the inning. And Arroyo does. He takes high, ball 4. That's the second walk in the inning for Nelson.
Center fielder, Jared Ueda.
Jared Ueda is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first. Reached on an error in the third. He flew to left in the 5th inning. Nelson's first pitch stays high to Ueda, ball 1. Again, Chargo, the entire game out in right. He's given up a ton of room down the line. Well, if Ueda can just get around on one, get one down that line. And he's going to bloop one towards left center field from shortstop. Good catch by Colton Moore. And that will end the inning. For the Pipeliners in the inning, no runs, no hits, 2 left.
Okay, first we'd like to make the announcement.
So we head on to the 7th. It remains McPherson 4 and Salina 3. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Top of the 7th inning. What a game for opening night. 4-3 McPherson leading Salina. And coming up for the Salina Shock, August Ramirez, Colton Moore, Alex Smith. And Adam Tabor, the 3rd pitcher used for McPherson. This is his 2nd full inning of work.
Ramirez, catcher.
And a fastball down the middle to Ramirez, strike 1. Ramirez walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, had a sac fly RBI in the 5th. Fastball outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And another pitcher going to go warm up for Salina. There's a swing and a miss from Ramirez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Trevor Lunkwitz went 4 innings, gave up just 1 run on 3 hits for McPherson. Oh, beautiful curveball, and did not get the call, did Tabor. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, a few of these pitches, you're just not sure where they're missing. I don't know if that one was high inside or what it was. And the 2-2, he gets him anyhow, a swing and a miss on a fastball. It'll be out number 1 and strikeout number 3 for Adam Tabor.
Moore.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Colton Moore. It was 1 for 2 with an infield single and a walk. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike one.
Great job. Keep it up. Keep it up.
So far, the shock hitters have not been able to catch up with a Tabor fastball. There's a beautiful, that may have been the slider for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, the 2 strike goes to the breaking pitch and misses low. Count goes to 1-2. And Austin Gents was the second pitcher used by McPherson. He went a third of an inning, gave up a couple of runs on a hit. Fastball and another swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts. Start the inning for Adam Tabor. Bringing to the plate the first baseman, Alex Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI walk with the bases loaded in the 5th. Takes a fastball outside, ball 1. Smith is also struck out and popped to short. This one popped up right side. Plunkett going to take a look. And then a sliding catch made by Selko right in front of the shock dugouts. A second fantastic catch in foul territory tonight for Jake Selko, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Adam Tabor. So it's 7th inning stretch time here at Light Capital Diamonds. And from the Williams press box, your score, McPherson 4 and Salina 3.
7th inning stretch time, ladies and gentlemen. The concession
This is
stand will be
Pipeliner
closing
Baseball
shortly.
on the
We
Ad
wanna thank
Astra
the
Sports
Lurie
Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Seventh inning stretch here at Light Capital Diamonds in McPherson. Pipeliners come to bat leading Salina 4-3.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th, designated hitter.
And we're going to see the third shock pitcher. It's going to be Jake Velasco coming in here in relief of Eric Nelson, who went an inning, no runs, no hits. Nelson did walk 2. He struck out 1. And coming up for McPherson, Tyler Brown, Jake Selko, and Grant Plunkett. Tyler Brown, the DH, is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single, and the side armor throws one in there. Fastball, strike 1 to Brown. One stays high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1 hit for Brown was in the 5th inning. It was an infield single. He walked in the 1st inning, was on base. As we've got, apparently we got a drone right above the pitcher's mound. Probably, boy, my height guesstimation would be maybe about 50 feet. So the umpires are halting play until the drone is removed.
If you're flying the drone, please remove it from above the playing field. Thank you very much.
When the announcement made, and you see the drone head straight up. And let's see, it's going to head east now. And it's gradually leaving the field. It's spying on the signals. There you go. We're back to play, and the 1-1 fouled off by Brown. It's 1-2. So a little bit of everything here on opening night. Not to mention, great ball game to kick off the 2019 season. The 1-2 to Brown, a swing and a miss. That'll be the first out, the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring to the plate Jake Selko.
First baseman, Jake Selko.
Selko hit that big 3-run homer in the first, reached on an error in the third. He walked in the 5th, so he's been on base 3 out of 3 times. Yeah, stepping off is Velasco. Selko, the big lefty, digs back in. First pitch, line to left, base hit. Going to fall right in front of Robinson. What a night for Selko, 2 for 3.
Catcher, Grant Plunkett.
We'll bring up the catcher, Grant Plunkett, who is certainly glad to see a different pitcher. Plunkett went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts against Dylan Clark. Let's see if he can find his first hit against Velasco. That one well upstairs, ball 1. Following Plunkett will be Gerardo Zavaletto. One-oh, stays low. 2 balls, no strikes. Selko just a decent lead down at first. He was moving. It would certainly be part of a hit and run. And the 2-0 to Plunkett. Catches the inner part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Clark went 5 for Salina. Gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. And Nelson, the 1 inning, didn't allow a run or a hit. And we've got, yes, it is a balk. You could hear the McPherson dugout yelling it out. And both umpires about the same point saw it. So that gets the runner into scoring position. (4-3). McPherson trying to increase their lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Plunkett, good hitters count. It's 2-1. Velasco, a check of the runner, the 2-1. Breaking pitch fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And 3 in the first, 1 in the 4th inning. Your 4 runs for McPherson, 1 in the 2nd, and 2 in the 5th for Salina. Here's the 2-2 to Plunkett. And he fouled it straight back. Six hits for McPherson, 4 for Salina. The errors have really not factored in, 3 of them for Salina. They've been able to work around those errors. And again, the 2-2 pitch. Good breaking. Wow. Well, not sure where that one missed. Velasco will have to throw a 3-2 pitch to Plunkett. He really fooled with that slider. Now the payoff from Velasco. Good cut, fouled straight back on a fastball. Zavaleta in the on-deck circle, and then Lozano. Runner at second, one down in the bottom of the 7th. And again, time called. Seen Lozano several times in the inning. He and Ramirez really struggling to get together on what they want to throw. And here comes the payoff. Inside ball 4 to Plunkett. I'll put runners at first and second base for Gerardo Zavaleta.
Third baseman, Gerardo Zavaleta.
Who also, just like Plunkett, is very happy to see a new pitcher. He was 0 for 3 with 3 Ks against Clark. The first pitch, I fooled him with the breaking pitch, strike 1. Well, we haven't seen a ton of tonight, just a few, mostly the fastball breaking pitch. Haven't seen a lot of changeups from the pitchers. So 1 strike to Zavaleta. In there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Velasco with the fastball, a little pop-up on the infield. That's the infield fly. Catch made by Neiman out at second. It's going to be up to Lozano.
Right fielder, Ray Lozano.
Ray Lozano, 1 for 2. He singled in the first, grounded out the first in the 4th, walked in the 6th. Fastball, another good cut, foul back and out of play for strike 1. In 4-3, bottom of the 7th inning. Pipeliners with the 1-run advantage. They've led by 3 on 2 different occasions. Their fastball fouled back, 0-2 the count. Of course, they led 3-0 in the first inning after the Selko 3-run homer, and then they also led 4-1 after the 4th inning. And the 2 runs in the top of the 5th, last run scored in the game came from Salina. The 2-strike to Lozano, well outside, nice stab by Ramirez. Under the lights here in McPherson, beautiful evening. Temperature in the 70s. Little to no wind at all. Actually, the flag again showing nothing out in right field. So 1-2 to Lozano. Fastball grounded up the middle. It's going to be knocked down by Moore. 1 run will get in. It's 5-3 McPherson on an infield single RBI for Lozano.
Second baseman, Trey Yukamoto.
Plunkett stopped at second, and it was Selko scoring from second. That'll bring up Trey Yukamoto, who is 1 for 3. He struck out in the second. He singled and scored in the 4th. And he grounded out the second in the 6th inning. And again, it was another conference with Velasco and Ramirez. I believe that's their third of the inning. The first pitch, and a bunt goes foul for strike one. Well, Yukamoto trying to surprise the shock, as certainly Karam was playing well back of the bag at third. So 1 strike the count. First and second, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Breaking pitch bounces off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. McPherson leading it by 2. It's 5-3. Right at this point, both bullpens are quiet. 1-1 stays high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And each team on their third pitcher. Boy, right now, Adam Tabor pitching very well out of the bullpen for McPherson. 2-1 below the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Eshelman would be next for McPherson. He's got an RBI double in this game. Velasco a check a second a couple of times. Then the 3-1. Inside corner, strike 2 as Yukamoto had tossed the bat, thinking it was ball 4. So with 2 down, the runners will be moving on the pitch. Velasco ready. The payoff to Yukamoto. And he hits one well to center field, but back there in time is Bailey. He's got it for out number 3. The Pipeliners add a run on a pair of hits, and they strand 2. So we head to the 8th. It's now McPherson 5, Salina 3. And from the Williams press box, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Top of the 8th inning, 5-3, McPherson leading Salina. And Adam Tabor out on the mound. It's going to be the 9-1 and 2 hitters. Josh Robinson, the lead off. First pitch swinging. Pops it up. It will get back and over top the Williams press box for strike 1. And a big thank you to Williams for being the press box and major sponsor this season for Pipeliner Baseball. Robinson is 0 for 2, sandwiched between a pair of strikeouts. He walked in the 4th inning. 1 strike pitch, now backing out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. It'd be Robinson, then Justin Bailey, and a Peyton Neiman. And the 2-strike pitch stays up and in. 1-2 is the count. And Tabor came in the middle of the 5th inning with the bases loaded, got back-to-back outs. There's a grounder up the middle right over the bag and is going to get slide into center field. It'll be a leadoff single for Josh Robinson.
Justin Bailey, center fielder.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Justin Bailey. Bailey is 1 for 3. Had an RBI when he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded back in the 2nd. He doubled in the 4th inning. First pitch on the way from Tabor, misses low, ball 1. Following Bailey, again, Peyton Neiman, then Ryan Chargo. In below the knees, 2 balls, no strikes. And Lundquist went the first 4, gave up a run on 3 hits. And 3-0 as Tabor down below the knees, 3 straight pitches. Austin Gent struggled through a 1/3 of an inning, gave up a pair of runs on a hit. The 3-0 from Tabor. That's high, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Adam Tabor versus the 4 strikeouts.
Second baseman, Peyton Neiman.
And the batter is Peyton Neiman. Neiman 1 for 4. His single came back in the 1st inning. And now would you sacrifice here? Well, you almost didn't need to. Great leaping catch by Plunkett on one way upstairs. Now the 1-0 pitch is low, ball 2. That's 6 straight out of the zone for Adam Tabor. Now the 2-0 pitch outside, ball 3. That does get somebody up and throwing in the McPherson bullpen. And splits the plate with the 3-0, does Tabor to Neiman. It's 3-1. Now the 3-1. And it's showing bunt. I think they said he went after it. Strike 2. Tabor's battle back to get the count full on Neiman with first and second, nobody down. Top of the 8th. Payoff pitch, a swing and a miss, way off balance, and way behind it was Neiman.
Right fielder, Ryan Chargo.
That's a great job getting his 5th strikeout by Adam Tabor to battle back from 3-0, and he had missed on 7 straight pitches. And now it'll be Chargo. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Chargo's been on base 3 times. He reached on an error in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and an infield single in the 5th inning. 1 strike pitch, swing and a miss. Another good fastball from Adam Tabor. It's 0-2. Tabor comes set, a 2-strike pitch. Almost got another fastball by him. Chargo able to get a piece of it. Chargo looking for strikeout number 6. Excuse me, Tabor, and he almost had it. Foul tipped, and it popped out of the glove of Plunkett. Tabor gets the signee once, and again the 2-strike pitch. Goes another fastball and fouled off again. See if Tabor will mix in curveball or a slider, maybe even a changeup here. In the 2-strike pitch. Went another fastball, and oh, wow. Looked like it was over the middle of the plate, just above the knees, and it was called ball 1. Yeah, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeout number 6 and a big second out. The runner still at first and second and 2 down for Mike Karam.
Now batting the cleanup hitter, third baseman Mike Karam.
Karam been on base twice. He walked in the 5th inning, was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. It's 5-3 Pipeliners, top of the 8th inning. There's a high sky ball into center. Ueda has a beat on it, makes the catch. That will be out number 3, and Tabor able to battle out of that first and second, nobody down. And strand 2, no runs on a hit and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 8th. And the score remains Pipeliners 5, Shock 3. From the Williams Press Box, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Pipeliners going to look for some insurance here, leading at 5-3. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, Aaron Eshelman, Daniel Arroyo, and Jared Ueda. Again, the Pipeliners stay at home tomorrow night. It'll be a 6:30 start against the Andale Warhawks. They're going to make that change out on the road Sunday. It's now going to be a 1 o'clock game at Valley Center. That could be heard right here on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Of course, all home games going to be also live video streamed on YouTube. Hope you're enjoying that. If you've tuned into that tonight, as Eshelman steps in, has an RBI double. He's 1 for 3. Tried to put down a bunt. It goes foul for strike 1. Now the question being, after this inning, will Adam Tabor come out to pitch the 9th or McPherson? So 1 strike to Eshelman, misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Velasco's 2nd inning of work. He's also the 3rd pitcher used by Salina. One popped up. Shallow left field. Back from short, backtracking and making the catch is Colton Moore. That'll be out number 1.
Now batting leadoff hitter, shortstop Daniel Arroyo.
We'll bring up Daniel Arroyo. Looking for his first hit. He has been on base twice. Reached on an error in the 4th, walked in the 6th inning. First pitch on the way from Velasco at the knees, strike 1. And this is the true side armor, Velasco. He comes over top there and goes off speed for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. And a 2-strike from Velasco. Swing and a miss. The second out of the bottom of the 8th inning. And second strikeout for Jake Velasco.
Jared Ueda.
Base is empty, 2 down for Jared Ueda. We're also looking for his first hit, but has been on base twice. He was hit in the first, reached on an error in the 3rd inning. Ueda takes an off-speed pitch for strike 1. And a fastball, apparently that caught a piece of him. So Ueda hit for the 2nd time in the game. He's aboard for the DH.
Number 9,
Tyler Brown. Brown has walked and has an infield single. He's 1 for 3. And they'll throw over to first, keep track of Ueda. We've seen just the 1 stolen base in the game. Pitch below the knees, ball 1 to Tyler Brown. Gonna have to look back. I know it was a shock stolen base. It was Chargo clear back in the 3rd inning. Now 1-0 to Brown. Inside, ball 2. If Brown reaches, Jake Silko would get another at-bat. There's a high sky to deep left field. Robinson back at the track, makes the catch. Brown got just too much under it and flies out to deep left field to end the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. So we head to the 9th. It's Pipeliners 5, Shock 3. And from the Williams Press Box, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
The 4th pitcher comes on for the Pipeliners here in the top of the 9th inning. Coming from first base, it'll be Jake Selko to hit the mound. Chris Sanchez comes in to play first. Here in the top of the 9th, Sanchez, a Central Christian product from here in McPherson. So the lefty, Selko,
leading off the designated hitter,
will pitch to the
Lawrence.
5, 6, and 7 hitters. The DH, Brian Lawrence, will lead off. See if Selko can nail down the save and the win on opening night. He misses low with the fastball to Lawrence. who has been hit twice. He is 0 for 2. That one misses high, 2 balls, no strikes. Lawrence is also fouled out to Selko. That was that fantastic catch over the fence. And he's also lined to center. Now he may have flown to center. High pop fly. Who's going to take it? And it'll be the center fielder, Ueda. Calls off Lozano for out number 1. When we do get to our post game, we'll have your final numbers. We'll also have our player of the game as well.
Don't forget, kids, after the game, autographs from your favorite pipeliners.
Hear that announcement as well. Kids, stay around, and pipeliners will be signing autographs. As there's a fastball, strike 1 to August Ramirez, the shot catcher, has walked and has a sac fly RBI. He's 0 for 2. Silko stays high with the fastball. It's 1-1. He, like Adam Tabor, very quick worker. Both our starters were more deliberate throwers. 1-1. Misses high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And Silko's 2-1 is pulled foul down the right field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Silko's 2-2 offering misses low to Ramirez, and the count will go full. The Shock just wants to get a base runner. That would get their tying run to the plate in this inning. The payoff to Ramirez. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Now batting shortstop.
Silko 2 up and 2 down. Gets his first strikeout with Ramirez. And now it'll be Colton Moore. Moore 1 for 3 with an infield single and a walk. Shows bunt, takes strike 1 just below the belt on the inside corner. Silko's 1 strike pitch. Good fastball just above the knees. It's 0-2, so we've reached final strike time here in the 9th. Pipeliners up 5-3. Bases empty, 2 down. Here's the 2 strike pitch. Just below the knees. It's 1-2. I tell you, Selko not messing around. He's bringing the heat. One, two, a chopper down the first baseline. Selko will field it, turn, fire, and fires high to first. Runner is safe, and chances are, I'm going to assume that's going to be the second error of the game committed by the Pipeliners. So the Shock do get the tying run to the plate. Here in the 9th in the form of Alex Smith. Smith is 0 for 3, walked with the bases loaded in the 5th inning to get the RBI. Selko fastball at the knee, strike 1. Again, Selko trying to nail down the win here for the Pipeliners. 1 strike pitch, well upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just a modest lead for Moore at first. 1-1, fouled back. And second straight batter reached the final strike. Selko comes set. The 1-2 to Smith. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. And Selko comes on and nails down the win for the Pipeliners here on opening night. There's no runs, no hits, an error, and 1 left. So your final score here on opening night. It's McPherson 5 and the Salina Shock 3. So again, we'll take a end of a game timeout. I'll be back. I'll have your final numbers. We'll also have your player of the game as well. And I got a pretty good idea who that's going to be. We'll try to get him up here. And again, all the kids will stay around for autographs as well. And 5-3, the Pipeliners defeat the Shock. It's from the Williams Press Box. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Well, welcome back to Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network. A very happy crowd and happy Pipeliner team as McPherson defeats Salina 5-3 on opening night here at Light Capital Diamond in McPherson. And from the Williams Press Box, we begin our post game with your final numbers. We're going to have our player of the game as well coming up here in just a little bit. And I think if you listen to the game tonight, you pretty much know who that is. We'll keep you in not so much suspense here for just a little bit longer as we start to look at the unofficial final numbers. I got one more to tally for you, so just bear with me. We'll look at Salina's line first, as that will be 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, and a whopping 14 runners left on base tonight for Salina. They had opportunities, but give the pitchers for the Pipeliners a lot of credit. They did a great job stranding the Shock runners tonight and keeping the score down. The starter for the Salina Shock, Dylan Clark, went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. He struck out 8 and walked 2. He hit 1. Eric Nelson went an inning and gave up no runs, no hits. He walked 2, struck out 1, and Jake Velasco went 2 innings. He gave up 1 run on 2 hits. He walked 1, and he struck out 1. As we'll take a look here at the numbers for McPherson. 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and McPherson stranded 10 runners. Trevor Lunkwitz went the first 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits. He walked 3, hit 2, and he struck out 4. And Austin Jentz went just a third. He gave up 2 runs on a hit. He walked 3 and hit 1. Adam Tabor, he pitched tremendous out of the bullpen, went 3 2/3. And he gave up no runs on 1 hit. He hit 1 batter, walked 1, and struck out 6. And then Jake Selko went the final inning, no runs, no hits, and he had 2 strikeouts. And again, very little suspense here. Jake Selko is going to be our player of the game tonight. As you look at his line, he hit the big 3-run homer as McPherson never trailed in this game. That was in the first inning. He also reached on an error in the 3rd. He walked in the 5th, and he singled and scored his 2nd run of the game in the 7th. So he ended up going 2 for 3 on the evening, driving in 3 and nailing down the save here on opening night for the McPherson Pipeliners. Again, they're lining up. We're going to see if we can grab him here in the next couple of minutes, and then we'll get him back down so he can sign autographs. All the kids are lining up. I'm sure they're going to want to see Jake here tonight, but we'll get a few words with him. Again, we'll look at the upcoming schedule. The Pipeliners are at home again tomorrow evening, so come on out. Hopefully the rain will move around this. Last model I looked at, it might be south and east of here, so hopefully we can get in tomorrow night's game. That'll be a 6:30 first pitch against the Andale Warhawks. Again, it'll be a non-conference game before league play starts on Sunday. And again, on Sunday, that game time has been changed against the Valley Center Mud Daubers from 7. It's now going to be a 1 o'clock game. Again, that's a road game, and you can hear that game right here on the Ad Astra Sports Network, as we'll have for sure the first 6 games of the season all in a row for you. And if things are working well, we're going to try to have the whole season here on the Ad Astra Sports Network for you. A great game here tonight, 5-3. The Pipeliners moved to 1-0 on the season. Again, never trailed. They led 3-0 after the first. It was 3-1. And the closest it got was 4-3. And then the Pipeliners were able to close things down and didn't need anything in the 9th inning. And again, the star of our game tonight was Jake Selko. We'll make sure his mic's working here. I don't have an extra headset, but it was a pretty easy choice for us tonight, Jake. You're 2 for 3 at the plate. You got the big bomb in the first inning, the 3-run homer. You got a single, scored a run late in the game in the 7th, and then came in the pitch, got the save in the 9th, and made the catch of the game going over the fence. So let's go back to the first inning. Take us through that at-bat and what you saw to get on top of that pitch and get your team up top 3-0.
Pretty much just saw a fastball, first pitch, right down the middle. Knew I should have hit it, but I didn't. I ended up taking a ball, and then I got the same exact pitch the first time, and I was not going to miss it that time.
That was great. And then, again, your team never trailed from there. It got to 4-3 was the closest it would get. Take us into, let me find that. It was in the 3rd inning. It was Brian Lawrence, the DH, was at bat, and he pops one up down that first baseline. You're over there about a 4-foot chain link fence there, and you end up leaning clear over top of it and grab. That was quite a catch. To take us through that catch, what you saw happening there.
I just like to go hard with whatever I'm doing, and if I could make a catch and risk my body, I'd rather do that than have my pitcher be mad at me. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, and then talk about your starting pitcher, Trevor Lunkwitz. He went an inning, or he went 4 innings, just 1 run on 3 hits. There was quite a few base runners. Actually, your pitching tonight stranded 14 shock runners. So talk about Lunkwitz, and then especially Adam Tabor when he came out of the bullpen. He did a tremendous job.
I think Lunkwitz did a great job, especially after not pitching for almost a full year at Central Christian College. That was his first start in a while. And, he did exceptional for especially not pitching live at batters for a year. And Adam came in there and just shut the door really well. That's all you can really ask of a reliever. And I think our pitching really helped us out today, and our defense was really good as well.
Yeah, and then you come in the 9th, a pair of strikeouts, and it looked like you weren't messing around. You were bringing the heat most of the time. Was that kind of your plan coming in? I'm just going to challenge these batters with a 2-run lead there in the ninth?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I try to do as much as I can, is try to limit the walks and just throw strikes. And if they hit it, so be it.
Well, tell us about this team a little bit. Of course, it's a young season. With the weather, you've had very little chance to practice outside really in a game situation. So kind of tell us the feel this team has so far with an exhibition game on Wednesday and now the opener tonight getting the win.
I think the exhibition game was we took it a little lightly, more just try to get at bats in. We knew we were going to split squads, so everyone wasn't going to get a super big amount of playing time. And I think tonight we kind of took it a little more seriously, especially out here in the hometown we play for, McPherson. And I think we just wanted to give the crowd a good start to a new season out here.
Yeah, fantastic crowd. I mean, the tailgating looked phenomenal out there, and that has to be fun to see that kind of support, especially that you got last year and now this year. This town really supports this baseball team.
Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful to have that many fans out there everywhere. I mean, they're all cheering you on no matter who you are, no matter what you do that game. They're all just trying to see what you can do that next at bat or that next pitch.
Well, congratulations on the win. You played great tonight. I know the kids I'm sure they're wanting to get some autographs from the guy that hit the 3-run homer. So we'll let you go, and we'll catch up with you against Andale tomorrow night at 6:30. So thanks for coming up, Jake.
Thank you very much.
You bet. That's Jake Selko. That's our player of the game tonight for the McPherson Pipeliners as he goes 2 for 3 at the plate with a single, the 3-run homer. He makes the great catch, almost falling over the wall down first base in the 3rd inning. And then he closes the door on the shock in the 9th with a scoreless, hitless, and 2 strikeouts in the 9th. So again, your final numbers tonight: 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, 14 left on base for Salina. McPherson pitching a tremendous job stranding runners out there tonight. And for McPherson, 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, and 10 left as Adam Tabor and Trevor Lundquist combined to pitch 7 2/3 tonight, and Selko ended up pitching the 9th for the win. So again, our next broadcast will be tomorrow night. The Pipeliners remain here at home. The schedule I got is showing a 6:30 start tomorrow. Again, back-to-back non-league games to start the season. It'll be the Andale Warhawks tomorrow night at 6:30, and then again on Sunday, the first road game of the year. It'll be at Valley Center. Again, that's going to be a 1 o'clock game. And you will see that, or actually you will hear that live right here on the Ad Astra Sports Network. All home games going to be streamed through the YouTube channel. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching and listening to Pipeliner Baseball tonight. So the Pipeliner is off to the 1-0 start. They knock off the Salina Shock on opening night here in McPherson 5-3. I'd like to thank all of the great sponsors for chipping in. Again, it's no charge to get into all home Pipeliner games this year because of so many great sponsors. For Williams being the official sponsor of our press box, all our games here at home live from the Williams press box, and also the sponsors and everybody who are making these broadcasts possible, and for the Ad Astra Sports Network also partnering with the Pipeliners, making these broadcasts possible this season. So 5-3, McPherson over the Shock. Thanks for everybody listening. And one final time tonight here at Light Capital Diamonds, this is Scott Hogan. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your evening.